people forget you've got 5 goals, but title, it sticks with you forever.
But would you consider yourself competitive in many other aspects of your life or generally competitive?
No, I'm just competitive in chess.
Really?
Yeah, it's not about the bridging the gap, but it's just giving more chances for women players out there. For me, I love to join the mixed event because I think like with men, I can get the complicated positions.
You see the difference?
Yeah, difference in way of thinking.
Which dream event are you most eager to compete in?
Women's Grand Prix, it is hard.
Is it in the making? How soon do you think?
Can't say for sure.
Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Live Confessions, and today we're going to be speaking to the FIDE Chess title holder of Woman International Master. With us today is Puteri Munajjah Az-Zahraa Azhar. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
I can imagine you've had a lot of conversations about chess, and a lot of people now know you as this amazing person who holds this title, right?
Yeah.
And you started chess at the age of 4, learning from your mother before your father's training. How did those early home lessons shape your passion and approach?
I think it started from inside me. Like, I look at chess as something that I hold dearly in my heart. Even when I started chess, my mom was the one that noticed me that I can play chess. For example, like I can arrange the pieces. Even from that time, my dad, he was like,
wow,
I'm not sure if she can arrange the pieces, because he was focusing on my other siblings, okay. Which is my older siblings. But it's okay because they are older, so they have to get the attention more than me. And then my mom was the one that she knows that I can arrange the pieces, so she helped me to move the pieces. And then my dad took over after that.
Right. Now, I think it's worth noting that your parents actually just seated off camera and they're looking at you with so much like pride. Like, you can even tell in the way in their eyes that they're looking at you. It's good that you're facing this direction. I think you might be distracted if you saw the looks on their faces right now, looking beaming. Earning the Women International Master title in 2019 made you the 3rd Malaysian ever to do so. What did achieving this represent for you personally?
For me, to be honest, the reason why I was so eager to get this title was because of some failure that I faced back in 2011. I participated in Asian Plus age group in Tarakan, Indonesia. So during that time, I've got 3 goals, if I'm not mistaken, 3 goals, 2 silvers. But these achievements are not good enough because they're not giving me the title. They're on another category, like Rapid, Blitz. I was the Rapid champion, the Blitz champion, but for the standard event, I got 5th place, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. The sad part is not that because I didn't have the chance to get the title, but because on the last round, I was supposed to win the last round. Like, I had to win the last round. I still remember her name. Like, she's, I was supposed to win. And to be honest, the game was like, I had the advantage.
Right.
Yeah, I had the advantage. But I somehow drew the game. So I missed my chance to get that time it was Women FIDE Master title.
Okay.
So somehow even though you get these 5 goals, but it does not equal to the title itself.
Right.
Like, people forget you've got 5 goals, but title, it sticks with you forever till the end of your day, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of like carrying it like in me, like some sort of
disappointment.
Yeah, disappointment. It like added up for years, and then like in 2019, my dad gave me the opportunity to participate in Eastern Asia age group. So that time I know, okay, they are offering Women International Master title, right? So I know that, okay, this time I can't mess up. I need to do my best. I have to do something to correct my mistakes, to correct my past mistakes, right? And then I've spent like a lot of hours. And I think, for me, I think that the first event was like the reason why I've gotten my title now. Because let's say if I got the WFM title, obviously I'm not gonna like go to the event to get the WIM. So because the gap is just one, like there's CM, FM, and IM.
Okay.
So there's just one stage different.
Right.
So like it's not that much of difference. But if I've gotten the WFM first, of course,
You would
like,
have gone for this title.
yeah, I'm not going to WIM title.
Yeah.
So this achievement like give me a sort of satisfaction. Like, okay, this is what it meant. Like some sort of reason why I didn't get the title back then.
So many years before that, right?
Yeah, 8 years.
How did it feel when you achieved like the title?
It feels like a heavy burden is off my chest.
So it stayed with you like that whole time, the thought that you were so close to getting that the other title previously. And you said you trained. How was that training like?
So like during that time, I haven't joined my diploma studies after SPM. So I told my dad, okay, I want to take a gap year for a year to focus on chess. And by the time that event came, I'm already prepared. Yeah, and during the same year was also my first time winning the national championship.
Wait, I'm so that's shocking. That's amazing because you said you wanted to take a gap year. A lot of people, young people, take gap years to travel, to find themselves, to take a break. You wanted a gap year to focus on chess.
Yeah.
I mean, that must be unique among your friends. Even when you say it out loud, you know that is very unique, right?
Yeah.
And you wanted it that much.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen because of the COVID-19.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're an amazing person right now. You peaked at a rating of 2059 in February of 2022. What specific changes in your training or mindset do you credit for reaching that rating, and how do you plan to climb higher if that is a part of your plan?
My trainings, I think it's just the same, but I've been trained by my older brother. Okay, he's a Canadian master, Shaki Shazmir.
Right.
So he gives me advices on how can I train even up until now. I still am training with him. So during that time, thanks to COVID, of course, okay, I started my diploma, but then it was online studies. There's no physical classes, so I have a lot of extra time at home, which I spend to study chess. And then in end of 2021, me and my sister, we went to Czech Republic for a tournament. It's Prague Open and Marienbad Open.
Okay.
So these two tournaments are the ones that gave me the ratings that I needed.
Wow.
Yeah, and in Marienbad Open, I've shared second to fourth place with the other players.
Right.
Yeah.
When you've got so many achievements under your belt, because you've done an amazing job reaching this level, right? And it's been said that you describe yourself as a tactical player who enjoys sharp, complex positions. How did you develop this preference towards playing?
So I love to look at grandmaster games, especially like streamings. Like for example, like there's some big events, and then there will be some grandmasters, some title players. They will be streaming about them. They will be like commentating about the games. So sometimes I look at that and even look at some games. So I notice that some grandmasters, they are following this static position, this positional position, which is it's equal, but you don't have any tacticals behind. I find that quite boring for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's like straightforward. It's really straightforward, and I don't find that to be enjoyable for me. Like for myself, I like to see a position which is really unclear, and you try to solve it one by one. What's going on with this game?
How much of that is dependent on the player that you're up against, though? Because when you start the game and you are going up against various different opponents, right? So when you choose this style of playing, do you constantly have to adapt, or is it always the way that you play?
I always have to adapt. Like for me personally, I try to know my opponents, like their style of plays, So that's how I'm going to tackle them one by one.
Wow. Apparently training 5 to 7 hours a day, that's what you were doing during your peak periods, and of course that requires so much discipline. How do you balance that regimen with academics and also like personal well-being, your own time? Is there such a thing that you had to do?
So like I told you, it was during my gap year.
Yep.
So I don't have any academics. I don't have anything in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I can focus 100%. And for me, I can't do a lot of things at once.
Yeah.
So when I get that chance, I just play chess like 50 games per day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I try to analyze my games. And also, other than chess, I also run.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes without saying that you're a very competitive person, but especially it shows itself in chess. But would you consider yourself competitive in many other aspects of your life, or generally competitive?
No, I'm just competitive in chess.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it about chess that brings this out of you? What do you think makes you this competitive chess player?
Because like when I win some tournaments, it gives me some sort of satisfaction, and I like that feeling.
And you also mentioned that your siblings play chess, right?
Yeah.
Are you competitive with each other?
No, but when we train, that's the time where we're getting competitive. Yeah, but not really.
Oh. And your parents are involved or were involved initially with your training as well, as you've mentioned, right? How much of the way you play was dependent on that?
Well, obviously it depends a lot, especially for the basic chess, like the simple basic theory for beginners, because the foundation, it adds up. Like you can't go straight away to the higher level, but your foundations are broken.
Now, a 2023 study highlighted gender bias as a barrier for girls in chess or women in chess. What biases have you faced, and how did you navigate them to succeed? Did you feel them when you compete? Yeah.
Okay, fortunately in Malaysia, we don't have that gender bias. And even like there is Malaysian chess championship, there is the open and women section, so you can decide whether I wanted to join the women or open section. But for now, I'm just joining the women section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a choice that you've made? Why did you make that choice?
Because for the women section, I needed to become the champion to play to represent Malaysia in international tournaments. Yeah.
And women's tournaments are said to aim to boost participation, but some say they may reinforce segregation. Why should women and men play separately, right? Do they bridge the gap, or do they perpetuate inequality, in your opinion? Because it's such a cerebral game, there's no physical advantage that one player has over the other.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
It's not about the bridging the gap, but it's just giving more chances for women players out there. Like imagine if there is, like, for example, the World Championship. If it's just men event, I think at most, like there's not gonna be a lot of females to be in the open sections. Okay, women, they can be as good as men, but psychologically we do have a lot of things to think of. Like for example, like I told you, 24 is considered to be not that young, because women, once you reach certain age, you have a lot of things to tend off. For example, your families, your career.
Do you yourself participate in both women's chess tournaments as well as mixed?
Yeah, mixed as well.
Right? Do you have a preference yourself?
For me, I love to join the mixed event because I think like with men, I can get the unique position, the complicated positions.
You see the difference.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's difference in way of thinking.
Right. And not too long ago, there was this Carlsen-Niemann feud that happened where Niemann was accused of cheating, right? It exposed deep suspicion at the highest levels of chess. How concerned are you about the threat of cheating in modern chess now? Is it something that weighs on you when you join tournaments?
For me, I'm not really that concerned because when we join like a big events, there will be screening, like metal detecting, and then even the live streaming is being delayed. So the chance for people to cheat is very slim, unlikely the online chess tournaments. Yeah.
Right. And you said you yourself actually rather play what is it called, over the board
Yeah, over the board.
tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Instead of online tournaments. Is it the cheating aspect that makes you want to play over the board because there's less chances or ability to cheat when it's played over the board?
That's one of the reason for the yeah.
But would you still consider playing online?
I'm still playing online.
Oh,
but,
you are.
but not joining events, just for trainings.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find that there's a difference between the way Malaysians play chess and is there a difference between like the country that you come from
That
and
is
the way you play
different.
chess? Oh,
There are differences. For example, the Southeast Asia, I think we are more likely love complex positions.
do you think there's a reason why, in your opinion, why is it that way?
Maybe because of the influence of the grandmasters, like in the Indonesian grandmasters, Vietnamese. I can't really say for sure, but it's more interesting than how some Europeans play.
We all know there's one aspect about you, which is that you are this amazing, talented chess player. Of course, there's more to you than just being a chess player. Are you comfortable being represented as a chess player everywhere you go? You're introduced as this amazing chess player, but obviously that's not all you are, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel when that's the one main thing that people know you for?
I don't really like it. Like, I wanted people to know me outside of chess.
What do you want them to know?
Like, I'm just a normal person with nothing. Yeah.
Do you feel people sometimes don't think of you as a normal person because of how talented you are in chess?
It's just because sometimes I think like when you are talented in something, your names are everywhere on the internet.
For that one thing.
Yeah.
So what is the Puteri Munajjah that people don't... Who is the Puteri Munajjah that people don't know? Like, what do you enjoy doing when you're not playing chess?
So like I told you, I love speaking languages.
Yeah,
I love learning languages. So
that's what you do?
That's what I do.
Right.
And also sometimes I run.
Okay.
Yeah, even my running friends, I don't like straightforward telling them, oh, I'm playing chess. No, I didn't touch that part at all.
Which is great because the one thing you cannot do while you're running is play chess.
Yes.
Like you literally cannot do it while you're running, right? So it's almost like an escape for you to be able to run.
Yeah, an escape.
Yeah. And what do you do for a living? Like, you know what's so interesting is when I was preparing to speak to you today, I couldn't even find out what you do for a living because every article that featured you spoke about this amazing chess player that you are, but didn't speak about what you graduated from. What do you work as now? Is that something you're comfortable talking about?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. So what did you graduate your university from?
This week is my last week of internship. And then I'm free. Yeah. So I'm currently studying Bachelor of Computer Science. And other than chess, I also enjoy doing codes.
So what do you want to work as your dream job? What would it be?
I used to think I want to be a software developer.
Used to, okay.
Yeah, I used to.
Do your parents know that they're sitting right over there? They're listening very intently right now. So is that still the plan?
It depends because I think nowadays I want to focus on chess first.
Okay. You know, your parents went from sitting like this to leaning in just a little bit now because they're intent on listening to this part of the conversation, I think. Right. So chess could become actually your main focus, and it could become it is now in fact already, but it could actually be your job.
It could be, but I could try to find a way to combine chess and computer science, for example. Yeah, I could try to find a way to combine them.
Like how?
A few days ago, I was thinking to try to combine, like, to do a study which studies how people's psychology can determine their play style.
Really?
Like, for example,
That's interesting.
It depends on their behavior, I think. And I think if I somehow try to go into that part, I can try to produce another good chess players.
Chess players as good as you. And actually, speaking of combining those two skills, with powerful AI engines reshaping preparation for chess tournaments, how have you integrated tools like Stockfish into your study? And do you ever worry about losing the human creativity element to engine-driven analysis? Because now there's even competitions that many, in fact, that include AI as the challengers or the opponents, right?
So nowadays, when there are technologies, there are like new things out there. You have to use it. You have to follow the trends, and you have to follow it, but not blindly. You have to know the reason why. Because engines, they can see 20 moves ahead.
How do you feel when you compete against an engine?
I think I always lose all the time.
But you're the better for it because every time you lose, you learn something new.
For me, I don't play against the engines, but I use the engines to analyze my games.
When you say you analyze your game, do you sit down alone for that, or do you like have conversations with your siblings, with your dad, your mom, and like you go over where you could have improved or which move could have been a better move?
Most of the time alone. Yeah,
Is that your preference?
that's my preference.
That's a very brave thing for you to say with your mom and dad in the room here. You're telling them, actually, I'm okay to just do it on your own, huh? Being a chess player, you've played all over the world as well. You've traveled a fair bit, right? What has been your favorite part about the travel aspect of playing chess?
The travel aspect is that I get to know new people, and then like some of the countries that I've been to, I've met my friends, my language partners, and also I get to try their food.
Oh, so you do enjoy like trying new food as well.
Yeah.
Right. For a person, you look like a very fit person though. All that running, of course, must have offset all of that eating as well. Are you much of a culture person? Do you like to experience new food, but also like new places during your travels?
Yeah, new
Yeah?
places as well.
And you actually have the time to appreciate that while you're still actually focused on your playing.
Because most of the time, I try to focus on chess first, and then there's like gap days between my flight and the last game. So for example, like 2 days before my flight, we try to go to new places, try to enjoy the scenery. Yeah, not just playing chess and then return back to Malaysia.
Right. So you get to actually experience what it's like as well to be there. You know, as Malaysia's highest ranked active woman chess player, what role do you envision for yourself in mentoring? I know you're only 24, but in mentoring the next generation and advocating for greater female participation in the sport.
So actually, currently, I am the coach of para team.
Oh,
The para team, yeah.
okay.
So, and last year, I've been coaching the Sukma Selangor female team.
Right. Is there a different set of skills that's required when playing and coaching?
I think for coaching, you have to be more patient. and I try to be friends with my students,
Okay.
not so that they can talk to me like friends.
Okay.
So there's no gap between the ages, and also to try to understand more about them.
I'm going to ask you to make a difficult decision now, but between coaching and playing, if you had to only choose one, even though I think I know the answer, which would you choose?
100% playing.
When you see the people you coach do well, though, how do you feel then?
I feel good for them. Like, okay, the best thing is that you know that I know that the thing that I've taught them are being applied in a game.
Okay. Are there moments when the people that you coach, when they do less than you would hope they would do, less well than you would hope they would do, how do you cope with that? It's almost like having children almost when you have to coach students.
What I did was I just re-explain.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then try to, because, kids, when they lose, they are going to get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somehow that things that is going to bring them down, and they can't even focus on the next round. So what I did was I tried to call them and talk to them directly and telling them that's not a big deal. You can focus on the next one.
Right.
Don't remember about it anymore.
Oh, the ages of which the students that you teach, how old are they?
From 8 to 14.
8 to 14.
Yeah.
Do you treat them the way you want yourself to be treated when you were growing up in the sport as you were training?
To be honest, I think Probably I like the way I was being treated. Yeah.
So you're just following through with the same way.
Yeah.
Wow. Having you sit in front of me and share your journey, right? Do you feel chess has shaped the way you are as a person? Like, because it's been such a big part of your life, right? Has it actually shaped the way you feel and you think and the way that you are?
Yes.
Like how?
For example, like making some decisions, some big decisions in life. So I have to think about like what are going to happen next. What do I do from this situation?
To always analyze your options.
I'm more like an overthinker.
But you mean that in a good way, right?
good way,
In a
yeah.
good way, because it's better to overthink than to not think about consequences.
Yeah.
And those skills actually bleed through from chess to real life. Do you find sometimes when you meet people who are not similar to you, the people who don't seem to think of consequences, how does that make you feel?
I feel like it helps to them.
Does it annoy you just a little bit? Like, wonder why? Why are you like this? Like, why are they not thinking further ahead?
It will only annoy me if somehow their decisions impact my life.
Which sometimes it does.
It does, yeah.
Right? But of course, that's where the patience of chess also comes in, because you manage your reactions to the way that the decisions that they have made.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to gotcha you. I'm just trying to get a better idea of the way that you deal with, because you're such a composed person and you're only 24. So I don't meet a lot of 24-year-olds who are as composed as you are. It's very impressive. We've come to the rapid fire question part of this conversation. So whatever that comes to mind first is what we'll take. But remember, you can change your opinion later on. This is just how you feel right now.
Okay.
All right. Whose games do you study most diligently?
Magnus Carlsen.
Who again?
Magnus Carlsen.
Okay, Magnus Carlsen. Okay. Yeah. What's your favorite opening move?
I don't have any favorite openings.
Oh.
Nothing.
Right. So nobody will know what that first move is going to be. All right. What single habit has boosted your performance the most?
To run after the event.
That means after you've participated, you actually run to de-stress?
Yeah, to de-stress.
Wow. That's interesting that's boosted the performance the most, the ability to be able to calm down after a tournament and after the amount of focus you have to put into a game.
Yeah, actually it helps a lot because when your body is active, your minds are active as well.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Which dream event are you most eager to compete in?
It's Women's Grand Prix. Yeah, but for now it seems a bit hard. Not a bit hard. It is hard to join.
But is it in the making? Are you working towards it?
Working towards it.
Yeah. How soon do you think?
Can't say for sure.
Okay. I'll accept it. What's your go-to ritual to unwind after a long round? Well, you've already answered that actually. It's to run.
Yeah.
Right? That's the answer you gave. And how do you recover when a game doesn't go your way?
I try to calm down. Like I try to talk with my parents, but without looking back at my games. Like I will look at it back, but not during the event after it ended.
Not immediately.
Not immediately.
Because at that point, is it because emotions are high at that point that you don't want to deal with that yet?
Yeah.
How soon after do you take a look at it then?
After the event ended. Like after all the games ended, then I can look back at all of my games and to evaluate what happened wrong here.
Do you find that do you feel that being at the level that you are and the person that you are, do you think people find you intimidating? Like that sometimes when people come to speak to you, they are almost nervous when they speak to you?
Not really.
Or just me then? Now, final question is, we ask this of all of our guests. If you had the opportunity to make one change as Prime Minister of Malaysia for a day, what would it be and why?
To build a chess school. Yeah.
There isn't one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The reason is because in Indonesia, they have a school called Sekolah Catur Utut Adianto. And from that school, they produce a lot of grandmasters, a lot of strong players. And I think if in Malaysia, we could manage to build this one school, it could help a lot.
Right. Well, that's actually definitely something worth making happen. Thank you so much for joining us here today. It has been very eye-opening and enlightening and a pleasure to have you join us. And I will never play chess with you because if there's one thing I've learned today, it is I need to accept my failures even before they began sometimes. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining us as well. And of course, join us for our next live confessions where we'll speak with another amazing guest, just like the one we had today.